Hello everybody, welcome to another Minecraft video. In this video I will be doing a full village transformation. Um, I got this idea from another YouTuber. I can't remember their name off the top of my head, but I'll link that video in the description below. Um, they completely destroyed the village and just built like a fortress and farms in the village's place. In this video, what I'm trying to do is keep like the basics of a village. So I want to keep a lot of the aspects, like the basic aspects of the village. I want to keep a lot of the houses, and I want to make it still recognizable. Um, in his video, he built a wall out of um, birch, I mean not birch, what was it, oak and spruce logs. And in mine I'm going to use jungle and spruce since there's a taiga biome and a jungle biome pretty much right next to the village. There's also an acacia forest really close, but I'm not using acacia for this build, especially not in the wall with the spruce. And as you can see, we're right next to a jungle, but there are oak trees pretty close. But I didn't want to copy his video exactly. Um, so right now I'm just kind of building the wall around the village. I'm just outlining the wall in netherrack just because it's pretty easy to see and I don't have to worry about the pattern until I put in the logs. Um, there's a cave right there, we just passed it. Um, I think I mentioned the cave later in the video, but it's over there, so listen out for that. Um, I think about leaving that little inlet as like a dock, but you'll see what I do with it later in the video. Um, at the beginning of the video, you saw me building up like terraces, but I didn't really. All I did was level the ground there. I didn't really do much with them. Oh, here's the cave I was talking about. So I noticed this cave. I thought about turning it into a mine shaft, but it wasn't really big enough, so I just get rid of the hill and put a few blocks to cover up the cave. But if you think I should turn that cave into a mine shaft in a later video, comment down below. Um, Comment that down below. And really any things I should add to the village, just put it in the comment section down below. Um, so things like specific types of houses, decoration, anything like that. Just comment down below for that. Um, and for like smaller things, like just small like little decoration things that aren't going to take very long, I will put those in a YouTube short with like 2 to 3 other little decorations. But you can see the terraces, I'm just kind of leveling out the terrace here. Because it was originally 2 hills, and I wanted to make it just one larger terrace instead of um, 2 small hills. So I'm just chopping off the top of this one, and in a moment I just go make sure that it's level with the other hill that you'll see in just a minute. and that was the other hill. So now I'm just kind of going around and fixing up the edges to get them the way I want them. And now I'm just connecting the two parts of the hill. I leave that area open just because I don't really like, I know in survival I'll close them up, but in creatives monsters aren't really that big of a deal, so I usually just leave those things open. Like, mobs just aren't a big deal in creative, so I leave it open just because I don't feel like spending time to fill it in. So if you think I should go back and fill it in later, comment that down below. Now I'm just, instead of following the terrain here, I'm just, whoops. I am, just kind of building up the terrace. And here I'm just kind of building up the terrace walls, so it's less of a hill. Later in the video I put like a retaining wall around the terrace, and I actually put a lot of retaining walls throughout this village. So the village is pretty much divided into multiple terraces. Terrace I? If it's huh. I think that'd be terraces. Yeah, terraces. Maybe? I'm not sure. That sounds about right. Here I thought about adding a staircase, like just to try and make it look a little bit nicer there, instead of just having that one access point right there that I'm pretty much right next to right now. I thought about putting a second access point at the end. If you think I should put that back, oh wait, no. I think I did something over there later, but I just make that wall instead of like a sloped staircase. Here I'm trying to build a staircase to get up there, but I don't really want to destroy the house. I kind of wanted to leave that house there, but there wasn't really a way to build the staircase around the house that looked good. And the house is like half underground, so it doesn't look that good anyway. So I'm just still trying to figure out how to make it look good. And no tag. I really didn't have a full plan. Oh, here's me destroying the house. I didn't really have a plan for this village. I just knew I wanted it to have a wall and terraces, and then I just kind of, as I was building, just decided, oh, that'd be cool. I could add that there. Yeah, really the only thing planned out was the terraces and wall. And the wall wasn't even fully planned out, I just said I want a wall. And then here I'm just kind of like building up the retaining wall. I do a few different ideas, so I changed it up a few times throughout the video, I believe. Though I might have cut those out. I can't remember what I left in and cut out, because that was yesterday. Yep. and there is the finished wall. So you can see the wall there. Well, it's not completely finished. I decide that I don't want these steps here, so I get rid of those steps and build in, and I just kind of fill in the wall here. Now I'm just cleaning up the terrace a little bit, and then I put a farm up here later in the video. I think I start building the wall now. Nope, I get rid of this house. Yeah, it's been, I believe, 2 days since I started. It's been 2 or 3 days since I filmed this, or at least started filming. Then I also get rid of these farms, since once I build the wall, there are going to be gates, but there's going to be larger farms inside the wall, so there's really no point in having these smaller farms throughout the village. I believe I destroy all of the farms once I put in this large one. I leave that one for now, though, because I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, but I get rid of it later. Yeah, here I just start building the wall, alternating stripped spruce and stripped jungle. Um, Oh, by the way, if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Um, yeah, it really helps out small creators like me. Not sure why I put down 3 spruce logs back there. Um, oh, and the wall's done. I fixed the 3 spruce logs. Oh, and anywhere where the wall is only visible from either inside or outside, I replace the dirt, instead of putting a wall there, I replace the dirt with mossy cobble, as you can see right here. I believe most of it was on the outside though, and then here I'm just kind of lighting that up so I can actually see where I'm placing the wall, and so mobs aren't spawning in there. And then that's the finished wall. I'm just kind of looking at where I can put stuff, and that's about all I had planned out before. So I wasn't exactly sure what to do here. And then here I'm just kind of fixing up paths, because path generation in this game is really weird. I think that's one of the things that Mojang needs to fix, because it's just, there are spots in this village where it was like climbing walls. Yeah. Just path generation is really weird in this game. Um, Here I just decide that I don't want all of these smaller pens throughout the village, because one, they're kind of ugly if you have a bunch of like 4x5 or 3x4, 3x5, I don't know the exact dimensions of these pens off the top of my head, but a bunch of these smaller pens are just weird, and villagers constantly get trapped in them. So I just destroy them, and then I put one big pen in at the end of the video. I think that's one of the last things I do. Um, Here I'm just going around getting rid of all of the pens, and then I fix up that area. Like, terrain generation is just really weird. It's like you have these like overhangs that just don't make sense and just don't fit in with the terrain. Like, if you put overhangs in spots where it fits in with the terrain, it's fine. But places like that where it's all dirt, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it makes sense if you're in a cave, just not out in the open. And now I just go around destroying this. Yeah, this took a while. Probably should have cut this out of the video, but it didn't take too long. So here I'm just like fixing the paths like I was talking about, trying to come up with a way to connect that house to the path, just because of how close it is to the path and the fact that it's up a block. So that was just challenging to do. Here I'm just like getting rid of all the stone on the ground where the hill used to be. So I'm replacing all of that, all of the stone with grass, just that way you don't have a ton of stone sitting out. I also filled in all of like the little puddles throughout the village. Um, Here I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with all this empty space I have and like which houses I want to keep or get rid of. Here, Minecraft just kind of shut down. So, that was weird. I don't know exactly what happened. Yeah, here I'm just trying to get rid of paths. In the video I was talking about earlier, he used hose. He just hoed the ground and to get rid of the paths, but I could not figure out how to do it quickly. Because this took longer than just replacing it. So, I just ended up just replacing most of the paths in weird places with grass. And like here's what I'm talking about with like climbing a wall. Like that lower path is useless because you can't. It doesn't lead anywhere. And then here I'm just like fixing up the path around the fountain. And then I noticed there were a ton of mobs, so I just put out a few iron golems. Um, and then here I'm just kind of building up the terrace, trying to figure out how I want it to look. That's the staircase that next to the house I got rid of earlier, and then I decided to get rid of that. These probably aren't going to be the finalized paths that I build. I might do some path work off camera. So here I'm just kind of deciding how the wall should look. And then I build up the wall and just fill in all of like the divots in the land. Here's just fixing up like the base of the walls. Should I put like staircases down under the wall? Oh, here's path generation. That's kind of what I meant. But like, should I put staircases at the bottom of the terraces just to like even it out a little bit? Because it kind of abruptly stops, and I could make it like fade into the ground by putting in staircases. Well, I'm not sure if fade is the right, I don't know what the right word is, but just kind of put some staircases in to just clean up the bottom. I might or might not do that. You tell me. Um, what? Oh, we're already halfway through the video. No, we're more than halfway through. But I cut out a lot of the work just because if I didn't cut this video, it'd probably be 3 or 4 hours long. Oh, and then I just burned those houses because I don't want any houses outside the wall. And then that's just another path that I made. Here I'm just turning on always day and weather cycle and getting rid of the weather cycle because I got sick of changing it. And then I decided to close up that little inlet that I talked about at the beginning of the video. As you can see, I spawned a lot of iron golems over there because there were just a ton of mobs. And I didn't have to worry about creepers because there's a ton of cats in this village. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to figure out how I want to build the like path around the fountain. So I just kind of leave that one little square because I just could not figure out how to get it to look good. So here I'm just kind of figuring out how the path should look, and this is I'd come up with like just a circle around it. And I know there's like a little mistake over there with the path, but I do fix that later. I believe it's off camera though. And now I'm just kind of tidying up the paths, and that was just me going over and destroying those houses. Here, just kind of tidying up the wall, well, terrace in places. And I built another staircase, and I have a pretty much empty terrace that if you think I should do something there, tell me. Leave comments down below on what I should do with that terrace, because I have no idea right now. Here, I, actually put this terrace, I make this terrace into a farm. So here I'm just putting down water. I pretty much do that randomly, so I do have to add more later. once I actually start hoeing the ground. I accidentally put an iron golem over there. I forgot I did that. I've probably watched this video like 5 times while editing, and I can never remember that I did that. So here I'm just kind of putting them down randomly. If you want me to fix them later, just put that in the comment section, because I can, but I'm just not going to do it right now, because, well, and then I've planted, all the crops, and I'm just trying to figure out what I could do with that open space. And then, yeah, I decide that it's kind of weird that there's this house like half on water, so I get rid of that. And just get rid of that door because, well, I don't think that's really necessary. And then there's a ton of villagers out there that I get rid of, that I try and herd inside. But it was kind of amusing to watch them just run around outside the wall trying to figure out how to get in. So some of them go in and then I have to kind of coax the other ones in. But I think I do that later. And then, yeah, I'm a little bit more terraforming. Not sure exactly what to do over here. Though I think I put in, I think the animals I eventually go here. Then here's just a little bit more terraforming. Then I fix up the wall. Later in the video I add a little bit more to the wall. I just kind of fix, well, I don't add more, I just like fix up the wall and just make it look nicer. Oh, and I removed the farm a little bit ago. And now he just goes in and I just destroy that. And I have to do the same with this guy. And he goes back inside the wall. And I believe now all of the villagers are in the wall. Sorry, it's allergy season. Now I decide to build another village house, but different. And I think some of the houses that I want to build in this village, I only built one of them in this video, but I decided to add, I want to do a few more houses in this village, but I'm not sure exactly where I want them. I think Mojang could add some of these houses to villages, like, because a lot of the houses I've seen people say, like, oh yeah, Mojang should add this to a village. A lot of those houses are, like, only fit one environment. Even if you change out the wood, it just doesn't look good, and you have to completely redesign the house. Or if you like just put it in a different place, it doesn't fit in. But some of these houses, like this house, could fit in almost any village. It uses the same style And then there's the finished house right here next to that. And now I'm just building up the farm. So I put an animal pen right there next to the house. So that could be like a farmer's house or something like that. And here I'm just kind of building up the wall, fixing it up a little bit, making it look nicer. Um, but then here I build up the pen. Um, then I just go over here to look for some inspiration on like how I should do the lighting in the village. And I just kind of look around to see what kind of things are over in that village. These are both naturally spawning villages. Um, but there's that. Um, Here I'm just kind of flattening out the terrain to build the pen. And I believe in just a second I cut over to the final product. Um, Here I just kind of build up the wall around where I just removed the ground or part of that hill for the pen. And now I'm just kind of cleaning it up. Not much is going on right here. I'm just trying to make the world overall look nicer over here. Um, this is the pen. I come up with a few designs, but I eventually just decide to do that over there at the end. And I just put a gate there and put in some animals. So I just do those three for now. If you want me to add like horses, I could do a separate pen for those. Actually, I'll probably do a separate pen for those, and with like a stable in a different open area. Here I'm just building up like hay bales, and those are the 3 hay bales I built up. Here I decide to build a barn. Like, well, it's not like a large barn, but it's just like a little building with some hay in it, like you would see the barns that normally are found in villages. So I didn't want to make it like super fancy. Like I have seen people make barns in Minecraft that are like crazy fancy. There's all sorts of, it's massive. This one's more of like a shed. So it's not big, fancy. All it is a place to store some um, hay bales. Um, then I just come over here try and figure out how I want to have the entrance. And then once I place down the hay bales, I realize that the entrance is way too close to the hay bales because I do 2 rows. And then, well, this is that's the barn. And then this is kind of wrapping up the video. So I hate allergies. It's late fall. Well, mid fall. I'm not exactly sure when winter starts and fall ends. So mid late, but well, that's the end of the video. And there's the village. Bye.